Other for me and to us of them and an pay nothing, Nicomo, Fian Fema, and that day and the day, Ghana for one and NDC about Samudium, and Yadi became the June 4th uprising. Now, no commodity, Bibina de Mao, a radio, you do it in so national, the Twebis, none of Pessi who and common not pay. Now, I say June 4th, near sea, and Yama Tiamo, minor economic hardship, corruption, Yadi Adenum, you be Sasa Aswatching, Paul June 4th uprising, a bemu, a nay, Ubinya Yanka, Soja buying Asa baby, na Ababoa, Massa Sani Amane Koswa, you make me trust say, and now say, if you 92 say, you did do a democracy na Jumano, Yama quiet men, one coso, and ye Jumana, no come and another pay at Nasiam, ye ba ababiti, na and no and another pay no, when for a share about Nasi, Honorable Mustafa Hamid, or sorry, Honorable Mustafa Mohammed. Honorable Mustafa Mohammed, or assembly member, our Jumes Committee Electoral Area, our Kaswa, or a member of the NPP, and our friends Peter or Juju social commentator, what I said, I feel wisdom, Eddie Cranton, Central Regional Organizer at the Pro Forum, or some a member of the NDC. Pennyful and neighbor be decide and coin, they are share say, a 2/4 uprising, and they put check and simple, yen your mano, a yard the park, yes, a Ghana, a besan baby, and now say, Rugamambo democracy, no, your men woman cosum. Pennyful Mamuna Aquaba.
Yeah.
Honorable, I no more when you're not a pitch and nominate
you. Fashion me that say, me kunya we chair viewers any penny for our more constituency the say honorable Marisa Kumsen, Mr. Nim, any MPP penny for any members, any all the political thinkers, our more Ewutu Senya is constituency. And I mefa kunya we so e dey share MPP delegates say nyame adomo constituency election here kono me gina position within the party and person me serve omo at the treasurer level into me strong mo say time no do a omo kan Mustafa Muhammad no mo to mame na me so me so omo me so omo we kuma pa ene adwen a ebema party no akọ n'anim and ebe dwumaden ma ya the party no so aba power e 2028 inshallah.
All right, me know as honorable. All right, Peter, we do general of the group.
Me da say na de bi ada o ma akwanya you to me that amount for say that mo bia individually almost aboye ama ababo econo totin man finchi amount ene eye production team ana Ghana for ne o ma je penny na o mo hwe man finchi asoma eye the students of Hope Class College.
Okay.
One of the best schools in Kaswa provide educational services ma obi a we SS na ne krata ba ko mienu miensa se ni na nkoye no purpose ochro ombra ye nye dede bebre because of the nature of the job no nti obi bia no person san chro wasi anase bia the north deck no person san so chro paper ba ko mienu miensa bi no ombra so person chro papers bebre on of deck there as a professional there I will advise you but what's there our advice because akonya ewomo butumi atro nti man fenchi amaye teachers are omo dedicate omo chirankola no ade nti me chia my wife and we bush afo nyina but that's me akonya
obi a jo so right Peter Edward general no be funny go
yeah and you aba fa konya we na which is excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Okay.
Professor Jim Nana for Ukuma East MP, Honorable Desmond, the draft P2, DC, Honorable Nana come with Ukuma East constituency executives. Wagasa and Honorable production team.
Okay.
Job, yeah.
Okay.
And then Dr. Apomes.
Okay.
Yeah, Today is the birthday of Dr. Apomes. And every man of happy birthday.
Okay.
May the good Lord bless him and guide him. And in the last list is Honorable Kofi Matthew, or or go for regional secretary. Maybe all be and the brothers and sisters or more. It's a big deal, most of them more share, so yeah, could that be?
Okay.
Obiara just all right. And Miss Wefa Koya was honorable Dr. Pomensa, Miss Mama, happy birthday, and order. And yeah, good more Easter this year, and I'm so happy birthday song. All right. After 18 single money, honorable Mustafa, and we try to say Fuso near share. June 4th, you see, and near Secretary, Senator Proyado Cromai. Economic hardship. And in your brand, a gym who was saying, Mianenko for one on the maybe chama, I Ghana for you any beady, Sika, a sunk of one passing, a betcha will be in your beard. A at the pa, I ever call it for side in view. And NASA the drama mui democracy, Jinyani names.
Yo, Medase, yes, say June 4th uprising, it referred to the event of June 4th, 1979. Yes, when junior military officers led by John Lawrence and his team overthrew the existing military government. With this event, now there was so lot of issue at that time. Say maybe military for no salary, and there was perceived there was high level of corruption, economic mismanagement, any other things, and a trigger Emma June 4th uprising no, by. It's you be beside to say question now, will be say you're returning to military rule and now you're maintaining a democracy. I think to me, you say military rule no, sometimes it's quick to take decision. I could say we are so proprietorship and now we are owner of a company. Our company no, I won't kind of register. I could say until you take a decision on your own. We need other members, board members. I will not take a decision. So we know it's easy to take decision. Unlike democracy, it has to pass through the legislature and sana omo approve. I mean the representative of the people in the parliament. It's a delay decision making. But and also no military rule na we take a quick decision and also a serious implication. It may affect your mind. And I can say military rule no. And fact BBI friend no Kebima mean KB. He doesn't believe in Kebima because all political thinkers, constitutional experts, any international organization, they are all in favor of democracy because democracy comes with a lot of advantages. You say freedom of speech, association, multi-party system, any respect for rule of law, independent judiciary, we know a course within democratic governance, unlike military rule and penny. So, and I'm literally mostly mobile fight corruption, normal restore order. But some be we are or margin na assassin. It's na encono sabio. It's so we share with the military rule no and bois or my or my yepese yen ko yenim and I develop because banasa sometimes we share June 4th it led to death of many thinkers and commit my ball mine. A bimuso called Ezra. Yes, to say mechanism a bimu Johnny free Ghana and one cotton or my for so ideas are more one and commit my boy Ghana no or more shares idea now or mine be so more mining and develop ye. And Casa nemo we yan ban and Komoka Ghana no and by this time Ghana I had in Khartoum. But we should remember and know very well that many of them left this country just because of the fear of they will be attack or kill or whatever. So they ran away just to keep sick for greener pastures somewhere. And say, no, as a long mokoy no more might be emer etumpo. And must say no share left for Ghana one and yeah. It's sometimes beside me will say, yes, June 4th uprising no. Say your baby says your mind no, your baby fighting katachi sheni na maybe no. But ushanka share the yes na Jerry John Lawrence etna so no. Enka kurubi so anka by now, okay, say you more development even than what we see today. Because and na make a decision or take it just share say a flood na air cause and see a down waterways ni we nyano and time na see but as military rule no was up no say unko beti ebubu be yi na maybe na nema katahwehwe ni nema NC or mine no say no mine are developed. Look at Singapore and look at Omaya in Krofubi Atna Swache. I'm not talking about Togo and the rest, but me cancer or mine. Singapore, Malaysia, Munya say no. Yes, the Krofubi or Motana so che we no governors akonyaso. But you see the massive development there, unlike Ghana, Algeria and Kesa also sa and never be brave, but I'm banasa. Yet me blame no too much because and I'm saying me true a or fast or the buy no now no so say maybe nkofo be so beti my coup against no it's in nkofo bia na combat me aboa no the way I make earlier no so nkofo ni nya no or mamodwane free Ghana. So to me I think the question of should we return to military rule or should we maintain democracy, I think democracy is the best because democracy a put a government of the day on its toe through a critic say the way no enye until now all the time and also a tumpon and yen can we say a sure transfer of power, smooth transfer of power. I am also no imposing risks and instability within the country because say yes there was easy transfer of power now. Ma obi who say no say oh yeah there and what so no yeah there enya 4 years time do I be too free so to me I think democracy in a year but you see I no share the experience or my way even though we are in a democratic governance, we experience democratic governance where independent judiciary has to be ensured and people have to have the freedom of speech and all that. We are not saying that today. It's no more there. Yes, you see, I know can be na o can't see ya. Na bibi koso no can say we nya na abecho. Na abecho and a bail condition also no. Yes, I think it's not the best. And yes, Anna, the omotana so koy and yes, Anna moye. And Casano moye ya, and can mean Jimmy Sankinya yet animal. It's to me, I think a quiet your money fasono. It's like we are in a democratic system, but we are not saying that, we are not experiencing that. Naturally, there's nothing like that. But we feel that no, we are in a democratic system where everybody has the speech, the rights to speak, where there's rights to join any association of your interests, where judiciary independence has to be respected. But this is the
vouch for a democracy. Send a menu kind, or show the pillars of democracy, rule of law, participation of elections, free and fair election, easily transfer of power. All these features are for democracy. It is good in its sense. But you see, as Africans, young copy democracy. Kwesi bone democracy or practice and I'm suma or they are developing a country at the back of their culture. Omo amamre eka ho. UK omo amamre. US omo amamre. This Western Europes, they have their own culture. Over Asia, they have their culture. So omo ye democracy now, it is driven at the back of their cultural values. What I say? Okay. And that is education for you. Obibia also wako school. Na on to me fast school nim diena wunyano emfa embo bra esefata at the back of culture no and you school no call it. What I say? Enti ufa eye the June 4th. Issues are ACA. It is historical. The very first president in Osadifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, he overthrew in 1966. What was the reason?
It's the same time.
Corruption.
Yeah, corruption.
When you're hot time. And this Anna omutu ni free on. Then omo oshaye into a buzia ebaye. What was also the reason omo use against buzia? The same corruption. A champion baye. Ono subo two buzia ma obaye no. Inti June 4th, what was the reason?
The same thing. I said, so Boba Kona no money and the Bobo.
So are we learning? You share Bibiana. You get a point.
Yeah.
And then so it tells you say there's a trend. A year critical to our national development, which is corruption. And the democracy now, yeah, practice who share other world, they don't condone corruption. Share China recently. Nyawebedi as a defense minister, agri minister, years ago, and then he's standing trial. How many of our people here are standing trial for corruption? It's among the confidence, among for a woman, a year democracy, no, a winning, a coffin. Because you cannot practice democracy without the people. Democracy, I am, yeah, democracy, no. We are forming a democrat, and to say, oh, Shamebo, so obey your way, amami. It means for me 2 million mouth, nebedi so. Now, Okoye, the alternative. Deben, trust Ben Bium, the Minya,
I resemble the Menya Mount.
Minya. Sorry, I say. And these things, you know, Ayana, we are playing on the intelligence of the people. And to share a global analytics. Omo Afrobarometer report, I think last day or two. Almost a report finding out say 54% of Ghanaians will go back toward military rule. Meaning say wo fa nipa ha ejina omo a yenye nipa mu 54.
Soldier buying
na in this so. Hey. Yeah. And this is the income for us so. But what I say?
Yeah.
But medium will GDS say, a better baby, a big leader, beer, Nisu, Nine buying a democratic. But the style of acting, the style of doing things, you know, will be entirely different as being a military.
Okay.
And we are heading to that point.
Okay. The Nipa never to abandon, you know. But Oba and sure or the baby boom, I
know, it's a military
soldier.
Okay. Okay. Yenyabi by Yampe. Because of belonging to political party in Yampe.
Yeah, oh my.
Oh yeah, oh how much but yes, yes, one good school. On table oh come then my na person. Okay. You will be so horrible. Okay. And you want it sasu be so there. Ghana for SUNSU. And I always say I'm happy with the kind of current leadership he is in disguised the same person. But Chasana to Amaye, Amo Chinebino, near Obebano, Ebohu said there's a standard. You see, and it means democracy, dear. Nobody say democracy in the dear, no trouble. Because if you democracy, even though Bible can say, let the wife submit herself to the husband, no. And not just Obano own me any say. She has a say. You see, so democracy is everywhere. But it's about the leadership. How we are implementing the thoughts of the people. And we have seen from right 1992 to now, I have realized, say, these two political parties have driven at the back of the intelligence of Ghanaians by taking them for granted. They're taking Ghanaians for granted. Far too long. And another pollster is saying, Ghana for a wish for an independent person. Someone who doesn't belong to A or B.
Okay. And
that thing will soon also come to pass. And you see the agenda of Kwame A+. And now, who on Facebook or any social media handles, people are liking that guy. And or setting the pace for anything called independence. Candidate or because media mention benkum yendi ani say ma o man Ghana dey afam to ampa efra enti ma Ghana fo na omo bi ebi mo fele say nya military ruler ebeye no omo mo enya a new mindset say ebenya timamufu a omo no omo the democracy be ye adwuma but omo dwumadi omo di no as even military people they will fire you when they hire you and then you are what miss we no mind the NSF fata. She flooding a kosi. And then all the radio stations, I'm happy to say that walk away. Others, it's just the flooding. It's a national issue. Since when? And yeah, colonial times. And that the plan here to me to resolve just this problem.
I'm a dear who cry 11 years, the dear who can say on my nipa 150 almost just a night.
It's media, it's democracy, no, na say it's about the people. Me peace bill approach we say ye be to be their more that be say your constitution in prevent say mu na for 5 years. I'm for it. Because 4 years no is to me relatively shorter.
Okay.
Say be 8 years mum na say one term for it. You know, let's develop that thought. I but yama this sakra be constitution mu remember the president about to buy adwuma ni zie because other countries I mean obo omudin Malaysia, Taiwan, na adi. Do you know sir, there are people who are not military, no more military officers who they were just civilians, but because they had a foresight, so we are building this for our generation to come. And that Ghana yes you both ready. Aye.
Okay. Mama na wase ora Peter and also the atwas na de. Edward yen hwe yen kɔ ye chi kofa so jaban and I said democracy na ye man.
You media. So that's a beauty. Now, mami fa kunya we na you see you know and the last 2 days now and TSM was a central police station police depot and depot there was a fire
Outbreak, yeah.
There's a lady back also we who and said now and also
Flat.
it didn't flat but it was
Collapse.
Yeah.
the family in
Okay.
Ghana for I believe that in going forward, measures will be taking place and things like this will not happen.
Okay.
I recall that 11 years ago, such thing happened before. Was it 11?
Yeah, 11 years ago.
And it keeps repeating itself. The authorities involved should take precautionary measures in place so that when you are building, you should know, like, they should give you what it takes for you to build a certain house or a certain place, so that we will not be having this kind of problems, and these things should not be like occurring rampantly. I mean, for about the issue to do with this corruption as it was democracy and then military rule. Sometimes I see that these days people call it democracy, not democracy, because you see, persons by the street. Some we are sorry they cannot solve them suffer. But when you go into it, you see when there is a doctor, a medical doctor, and you are not a medical doctor, you cannot get up and say I'm a medical doctor. There are rules that are abided by persons who go to school. You will see them on the street. Oh, me also for now. Sometimes if you don't take it out, do what? But there are certain precedents that have been set. So how is democracy defined? It's a rules that is for the people and by the people that from 18 years and above, you work to make a decision that okay, this is the time that we want to vote for a particular party, or if there is maybe we vote for this party and there is a problem, we need to change. Then in military aspect of it. Why military aspect? It's because of a friend is a corruption in those problematic. I will enter military rule started from the 79 and that military rule started. But what was the impact and the output? The impact is okay, this year we call a unama we call Burma comes this year. You know you change your level of how to walk. You check your level of how to. There are a level of things that you what I want say, Charlie, maybe I need to be steady. What I say, but we for a first for we you see, so the practicalism in military rule is different from and. If we want military, if you are saying that it is military rule, what involved? It involved death and a lot of hunger in the system. Because before a military will take over, there will be a lot of chaos. A back to block all the borders. The borders. Before we say, what to be. Now it is like your right has been curtailed. So,
but I don't know when you say in the olden days, Nana Sad, because we share Burkina Faso, a Kuyomi, Obiem, Moja, and everything was smooth. Yeah, I don't think so for now. You drew baby,
you know,
yeah,
when we have reached now, we have reached far from what we call like even in our democracy we are past that level. Because the 21st century, no, this is where we are now. Who are like it who say or no the real or Casacapon be come out who say Charlie, but I know me like yeah. So we as people, no, we don't put ourselves down. Now home training and how to practically how to respect 24 Nenani. We don't like we are not being trained. So in the security aspect to do with the military aspect, the discipline is there. If the discipline is more, you know your level, you know where you are coming from and where you are going. Now maybe I don't know or we are can't be brave, I don't know what need them no. I can military ruler, I can say I can for it only now USC. I can if it was to be military ruler, I can for it such huge gaps and then as it can be one via
it is alleged somewhere.
If it was an alleged, why was it there? And why was it not coming from
court
of content relation of which I'm aware. But Obo Frozen Bragana now when you with it. And you abroad you know the number. You can't say, oh, if it is you see, we say democracy, but democracy, no, we need to practice it from our heart and from our mindset, how we goes about it. If you goes around, who can say, oh, I say freedom of speech. Somebody will tell you freedom after speech is not what I cannot guarantee you. Because who to be called president? Now I should guarantee you that we the casa there's no better back. But you need to protect the casa who can bedroom. My baby family media
we are not this year, mama.
Yeah. So casa NDC about power. And we have been tormenting people and so like and he was arrested. Captain Smart was arrested. Some other people were when they speak, they were arrested. I remember this pastor. They are very reverend. Also, Bemba was arrested.
But and Usman, but maybe not a kind of nature.
Yes, maybe not kind of. He has been arrested for.
Okay.
I said, Captain Smart, your own media person,
Yeah.
you are aware. If this guy at Muti FM also, is it, no, start to be corrected. Another, one of the stations was also arrested. Who come? Even my own senior brother, my own brother, Sami Jenfi, was on Asempa FM, was whiskey out as if like he went and do something wrong. My son, personally, me, I was at Pink FM and I was arrested. I was symptoms. Me, personally. So if we are talking about, we are saying something to make sure that we develop this country, we should not come in and come and tell us that we are arresting people for what? You have done West. Well, our own, we say, Abroad, you have, this is what you have done. To come and what? Come and comply to, come and tell us the problem, what you have. If we say, anyway, or we are there, or I don't bet you, who to me, you say, like, yes. There is a problem. If there is a problem, you need to go to court and then to see to it as to whether or not I don't know where we are now, who we are here. So if you are telling me that we came to power and they are arresting people, it's not true. Yes.
Okay. Mamma was Edward Naffy, Major Catch, by Naffy, Mamma be out nowadays. The last year submission about but of my make was an MBA woman a Jumasia Emery because and then we are singing no done if you man so when news and it's your pretty machine beer into me and Fenya Juma and Minton we are something to do and Muka Seba Copano about the forklifts and after excavator at the Eduma windows are wood companies are wood factories are wood and in some person who shares and see at the Eduma JS Machines Training School and a web mission. Between the 2 weeks at the Shia, a year forklift in the excavator, since you preaching the and answer 1 month, no if you wire attachment, now when you do my near JS Machines Training School, a tire pa, the one same. Where we know almost Yamos, I can swap the school, how we to call baby, there be almost signed the money dimotipa. Now companies are hold over Ghana, and Yaman at the offer bar, no must answer 12 and at their mamma. Well, when you wire ready, now I apply. Or my some back or yes or co school or JS Machines Training School and ya Quenya and Nado US or no instructor or company can see a pam US a achievement and my JS Machines Training School. So be any Jones so forklift and after excavator a year in operations now. One year summer for number another team national. We don't want more Accra Academy North Gate Wobuashi Accra. Mumadi Sabbath from 0247 900 444 0247 900 444 and the number sake na opesa wo high bi so a omo hiring services excavator and afin so forklift no omo high bi e de amawo Mayankamfo aye admeku omo nso ton sase de maganafo amanso bia eni ho no omo du so omo promotion omo so omo ye de ama the Destiny Properties Limited omo de omo ye ne sansase a manso eni ho chese litigation freelance no mo ton wo scanner betrasas no tua ka mo ho no mo a omo tuma discount up to 50%. There's also you be nso a e bi as wo de uni sika a obetwa ne gumu nso a omo no be ye nhyehyeye na boso nsia afe anasem femi ni kra on be spread this can the amano twa ne kakran na won so assassinate me baba ye odiam omo assassinate go amasama area mu kaswa area mu bi ho amasama be bi ti say obo oye udenki obo mu kaswa be bi ti say akochi odwobi dom na se breku bentum na finsa won so area mu nyina no be bi ti say atakro mu ya ojan pokukro pampa so teacher mante ya boy esuboy na bi ho ukosege da wasoga kopi ensu bi ho na fi ebri ne adweso awukumase kai na sado the sense asne bi nso ababeda eye dodowa na Shy Hills, Dodowa and the Shy Hills. To any general said Dodowa and the Shy Hills. Me as I saw the Destiny Properties Limited. Ebebo from was 055 5519172 055 5519172. No, the Destiny Properties Limited. Ewa Kaswa Adam na Nasha Filling Station. No, we do on Mounsa Ebekama or no money is also no more money. We can't pay or more SOS. Or Mustafa in a minute. Then I walk democracy or military.
Yes, thank you very much. I think I want to put it to my brother. That me kasana or can I say say yeah by any chichin for ne a bimone like, but I want him to know that when it comes to democracy, MPP always stand tall. Because I'm saying this because yes, we know our history, and you shouldn't forget that when we talk about political party, it was even MPP. I'm talking about the UGCC era. Yes, the formation of political party in Ghana started by us. So we know what democracy is really about. And so I wasn't surprised myself that the NDC supporters always claim that the NDC is born out of a revolution. So they can intimidate, harass people. So I think, to me, we should all be thinking on how we can improve on democratic governance than weaken it. I hope you understand, because we are all in this country. We know that when we're in power, yes, we didn't push the NDC to this extent, where a negative school of thought were being established against certain people, where we need to frame and find a suitable way of branding this so that they will be arrested. And the bail condition, now I BB. It's in me per se, you won't say, you can't cabin kibia, MPP, dear, you need cabin kibi. And then per se, nya engine to say, cabin kibi, at the pa, a bebo mine, and our coso.
No, Mustafa. Rapita, democracy or as you have many a minute still.
One disadvantage of democracy is vilification, which Mwabon Wakami, and the young between NDC and NPP. And also sooner, I retarded in progress, you because they be done at the political lens, a share near the panel, and see, media, I would always stand by democracy. Me thesis I made recently. Me master's program was on democracy. Quite a bit faster about myself studying democracy. It may attract a foreign direct investment, giving a year exchange rate a adani from time to time. Now offer a year politivy the current indices the measure democracy na hectare 4. A mummy so powerful say ye shenye asomaya about me a BA in business or our economy. Bakon say constraints on executive powers. Say and she said ben the year why executive no arbitrary no on one side funny timoede ope into their checks and balances.
Right, whether
into the answer democracy need the pa. Say benya checks prudent checks and balances. Say judiciary will be independent. Let me serve as a check on executive. Say the arm of a parliament would also be independent. Now serve a check on the executive. Say to me, just animal kena. Minia, Boma, Ababama, my line, up to my right.
Now I said, work a minute in the room, the time.
I think democracy is what we all are praying for, and we all paid for peace and harmony. So, as a matter of fact, if we have democracy, you have peace of mind and you have peace of will to move. So, I believe democracy has its own way, it's something that has a long way to go. But then, we should also know that in as much as we are enjoying democracy, we should also know that there are things that if we don't do it well, we will still go back to the military rule, as my brother rightfully said earlier, that Afrobarometer.
Yeah. Ghana for the one,
so with the democracy, because it invites you to make decisions.
Okay.
Because abanya bibina wanye the year.
Yeah,
Then the man I say omo the parliament at least they will change certain rules and regulations and then like if it is military ruler, you are not going to even court for hearings. No, so I believe that that's the most aspect.
All right, yeah, we say in Comoyano, Benashi, this so be SNA, so what share Burkina Faso military cost of development, cost or no, Kagana Yabia Campus, you know, Mama Yamadi and yes, other what I say, other way, Mustafa or some member Jumes, Committee Trail Castle of the NPP, and I feel so right, Peter Omindu, do social commentator, and Laura Edward, member of the NDC. Other if I'm so people for a amount for some point, and so it was.
Homeland Ghana. Onyame Ishira.